Lagos City was a place of dreams where the streets buzzed with opportunities. The city had a magnetic pole, attracting ambitious people seeking fame, fortune, and a better life. Among the hopefuls was Ezinne, a striking young woman whose beauty was spoken of far and wide. Her skin was the color of deep night, gleaming with health, and her smile could lit up the darkest room. Yet, beyond her outer beauty, Ezinne was known for her kind heart. She gave to others without expecting anything in return, and those who knew her admired her gentle spirit. Despite living in a fast-paced, materialistic city, she remained humble and grounded. Ezinne was a model, her face gracing the covers of magazines, billboards, and fashion campaigns. Alongside her modeling career, she was a dedicated student. Her education was important to her as she dreamed of providing a better life for her family back in the village. Her father was a poor farmer, working the land with little to show for his labor. Ezinne's three older brothers, despite their hard work, were also struggling to survive. Life had been tough ever since their mother passed away under mysterious circumstances when Ezinne was still a child. Her mother's death left a wound in the family, a wound that never seemed to heal. With the weight of her family's future on her shoulders, Ezinne worked hard to balance her career, education, and responsibilities. She believed that through her success, she could lift her family out of poverty. Her dedication and perseverance made her a shining light in her community. At the age of 20, just when everything seemed to be going well, Ezinne's life took an unexpected turn. She began to notice a small bulge in her stomach. At first, it seemed insignificant, but over time it grew. As a model, her appearance was important to her livelihood, so she doubled her workout routine and followed strict diets. She ran miles every morning, consumed only the healthiest foods, and even tried slimming teas and supplements, but the bulge only grew larger, defying all her efforts. Soon, rumors started to spread in her social circles. Friends and colleagues began to whisper behind her back. "Is she hiding a pregnancy?" they asked each other. One day, a close friend pulled her aside. "Ezinne, are you pregnant? You can trust me. Why are you hiding it from everyone?" Ezinne felt a pang of hurt at the question. She wasn't pregnant, but the changes in her body were beyond her control. "I'm not pregnant," she said firmly, but her heart was heavy with worry. Deep down, she knew something was wrong, though she couldn't explain it. Determined to find answers, she visited several hospitals and clinics, undergoing countless tests, but every doctor gave her the same response. She was perfectly healthy. They dismissed her concerns, advising her to focus more on her diet and exercise. Months turned into years, and the swelling in her stomach continued to grow. People's curiosity turned to gossip, and soon she became the center of cruel speculation. Her modeling agency terminated her contract, unwilling to work with someone who couldn't maintain their appearance. Friends distanced themselves, and even her family began to ask difficult questions. Why don't you just admit you are pregnant? Strangers would ask her, some with malice, others with pity, but Ezinne had no answers. 3 long years passed, and Ezinne's life grew darker. Her swollen stomach now made it impossible to secure a job, despite graduating from school with excellent grades. Ezinne was forced to wear loose-fitting clothes, covering her once slim figure with flowing dresses and oversized kaftans. No one was willing to hire her. A woman with a belly like that can't work here, potential employers would say behind her back. She tried to ignore their cruel words, but it broke her spirit. Her boyfriend, who had stood by her at first, eventually grew tired of the rumors. "I can't handle the mystery around you anymore," he told her one night before leaving for good. His departure shattered her heart, adding to her growing sense of isolation. Alone and abandoned, Ezinne found solace in the kindness of one person, Mrs. Abraham, an elderly woman who owned a small shop near her home. Mrs. Abraham had noticed Ezinne's struggles and offered her a job as a sales girl despite her condition. The older woman treated Ezinne with warmth and respect, never asking about the swelling or the rumors. She often prayed for her, encouraging her to never lose hope. One evening, after seeing the deep sadness in Ezinne's eyes, Mrs. Abraham made a suggestion. "My dear, you've been to all the doctors, and still no one can help you. This problem is not natural. You need spiritual intervention. Why not come to my church? Let's pray together and ask for God's help." At first, Ezinne hesitated. She had always relied on science and medicine, not the supernatural. But after 3 years of suffering, she felt she had nothing to lose.